But both players are here. Like I said, going to be an old-fashioned weather war. This is Gen 5 all over again with some sand versus hail. Yeah, the Matt's running a sand team. So it's crazy. Oh, face. I wonder if he heard me. He didn't. All right. Both players. You guys saw them shake hands? Or did you see that? Can you do me a favor? Can you tell Matt when the next team he picks, just change the music? Just because we're having this trainer music nonstop. So just whoever goes to stream, just say, hey, pick your favorite tracks. Just change it each game. Okay. Thank you.
Is it too late? Or?
Yeah, it's fine. Just game 2 and 3. Tell them, hey, change it. Sure. Thank you. All right. Because you guys want a little variety. You want a little variety. Yes, the team, it's fine now for you guys to see the teams, as long as he doesn't go into a summary, which this is normal to show. I think Face is telling them right now, and it's just funny because it's really, literally completely unimportant. But I want to hear different music. You guys can see both teams on the stream. Slur is running that Ninetales, Sandslash, Marowak, Pheromosa. Pheromosa is a threat to be reckoned with. It was a firm handshake. Moxie's in the chat. How's it going, Moxie? How are you doing today? And then Carl over here. He's got that. His in-game name is Carl, but his name is Matt. I don't know. I'm gonna call him Cat or Marl at this point. I think I'm gonna call him Marl because his name is Carl, but it's Matt. But his name is definitely Matt. But his in-game name is Carl.
What?
Carl. I don't know. He's gonna be. I'm gonna call him Marl. I'm gonna call him Marl. So Marl versus Slur. Marl's all good to go. Sand ready to just come out and play in the sandbox, as Nips would say. And Slur's really thinking. I mean, it's going to be... I want to see this. I want to meet this. Hey, Shady, first stream ever on either channel. Welcome to the stream. It's Lambie. Thank you so much for being here. Sluderp. There we go. Let's see what's going to happen. New good. Wish I could be there. I wish you could be here too, Moxie. You and Luke need to come up. Spoiler, Shady Lady and I are actually... Looks like we're actually going to get the house we wanted, so we will have a spare room for you if you want to come through at some point, 100%. Ninetales and Sandslash lead. So we're going to see straight up weather on both sides. But if you guys don't know, the faster Pokemon's ability triggers first. So Snow Warning is going to go up, but right away we're going to see the Gigalith Sand come through and take that away. So Sluderp currently in the pits when it comes to winning that weather war. But nothing that a simple switch out or simple clicking of the hail. I've seen some people actually run the hail just because they don't want to play no games. 100% don't want to play no games. But when you build your team around a weather and you can keep that, it's definitely favorable. An adjustment will have to be made in game 2, I think, for Slur. Maybe keep that Ninetales in the back and switch it in. But Ninetales really has a disadvantage against Sand in general. Doesn't want to switch into a Gigalith that's on the field. Rock Slide's going to hurt. We're going to see Mandibuzz actually come in on Matt's side of the field, switching out for that Garchomp as an Ice Beam does go into that slot. It's going to be super effective. Do about 50%, a little over that, and Sandslash going to go for the Iron Head into the Gigalith. Stab, super effective. Going to go ahead and do about 50% as well. Heavy Slam, though, coming out from the Gigalith into the Ninetales. Quad effective, going to be enough to knock it out. Oh my goodness, that is a strong turn 1 on Matt's side. I'm sorry, Marl? Did I say call him Marl? We're going to go Marl. No, I'm going to call him Matt. We're just going to call him Matt, ignoring the in-game names. Marowak's going to come out on Sluderp's side, and it's going to be my brain trying to do 2 things at once. Marowak is great here because it has the Bone Meringue for the Gigalith, which will knock it out. We're going to see an Icicle Crash from the Sandslash into the Mandibuzz. Is that going to be enough to pick up the knockout? It is Stab, it is Sandslash, it is super effective, and it is going to pick up that knockout on Mandibuzz. That thing is bulky, but not bulky enough. Someone clipped its wings. Marowak's going to go for the Bone Meringue into the Gigalith, and Sluderp going to get 2 knockouts as the Bone Meringue connects. That second hit going to secure it for sure. So even without the hail up, Sluderp is able to go ahead, get 2 knockouts, and be in commanding. I believe it's up. He's up 3-2 right now. The Ninetales did drop, so there's no chance of the sand going away. So I think now Matt can switch into his powerhouse of Garchomp that we saw switch out. And I'm assuming we're going to see the Stoutland here. You don't bring sand and bring Stoutland on your team and not bring it to the mat. So we're going to see Garchomp in the field, and we're going to see that Stoutland hit the field as well. Very, very nice. Let's see what each player wants to do. I don't know. I mean, Earthquake from Garchomp is just too good right now. It hits everything on the field super effective except for the Stoutland, which is what you want. And Stoutland has a pretty diverse moveset available to it. I wonder what item that Stoutland is holding. Hopefully we can see it. Maybe it'll be Life Orb, maybe it'll be something. I don't know. We're going to see Stoutland go for the Retaliate, and it's the fastest thing on the field thanks to the sand. It's going to do about 35% to the Sandslash. That's being resisted. Garchomp goes for the Earthquake. With that, Retaliate is going to be enough to pick up the knockout on the Sandslash and the Marowak. We're going to find out right now. Sandslash is going to just barely live on like 1 HP. Icicle Crash is going to get dodged by the Garchomp. Ladies and gentlemen, that could be a Sandvale Garchomp. Could be a Sandvale Garchomp. We're going to see the Flare Blitz into the stat line. Going to pick up the knockout, but the recoil in combination with that Earthquake damage is going to bring Marowak down very, very low. We just saw the Garchomp outspeed both the Sandslash and the Marowak. Another Earthquake is going to do the trick today. So Matt walking away with a full HP Garchomp. And yes, 100% because of the dodge. Because of the dodge. The dodge did it. I have to be honest, the dodge did it. Then again, it is Sandvale Garchomp, and Icicle Crash is not even 100% accurate. So it is what it is. Earthquake gonna be able to take out both Pokemon, and the game 1 is gonna go to Matt in a pretty commanding fashion. I have to say, it was pretty good. He had the jump from the. Oh, I'm sorry, Muck is still in the back. That is totally my fault. Get that score off the board. You did not win yet, Matt. You did not win yet. We're taking that back from you. I didn't realize that Sluderp had another Pokemon. We're going to see Garchomp, though, go for the Earthquake. It is super effective. It is going to hit real hard. I don't think it'll knock a Muck out. Oh, I'm redacting that statement. It is single target. The Mucks I see normally live that Earthquake, but that's when there's spread damage involved. There is no spread damage involved on this one. So Matt is going to take that game. Both players do shake hands in between. It was a wild match, in my opinion. That was definitely a wild match. That miss 100% lost Sluderp the game. There would have been no chance of victory, I think. I don't think there would have been any chance of victory had that Icicle Crash connected. ×4 effective stab from a Sandslash. He's been training in the snow. I mean, he must be training without goggles because he's not able to land that Icicle Crash. Kind of a drag. Insanity. Redacted, and then re-added. Just right away, redacted and added. Oh my goodness. This scene, okay, where can I get rid of Be Right Back on this scene? That's the question. Oh, I guess it's just there. Okay, let's just get rid of it. Okay, so I believe both players are getting ready to jump into a game 2, which is great. I'm back on the screen. Hello, how you doing? Slur wants to do Slur things. He did not bring that Pheromosa. He might want to. It's a fighting type Pokemon. The opponent has no immunities or resists. No immunities or resists for the heavy-hitting Pheromosa with that fighting stab. Of course, the Bug isn't going to do too much here. And of course, Mandibuzz does not resist fighting type thanks to the fact that it's half dark and half flying. Dark being weak to fighting, and flying getting that little bit of resistance, so it's neutral. Oh, we got this music. This is what I wanted. This is what we wanted, ladies and gentlemen, for a game 2. Woo! That's flames right here. We're back in the league. We are back in the league. I mean, when I had this stance. I had this stance for a while. That was my stance. They stole it from me. Thieves. Thievery. Gigalith and Magnezone are going to open up on Matt's side of the field, and Sandslash Pheromosa. Oh, we're seeing the Pheromosa, ladies and gentlemen, and a beautiful, beautiful lead, I think, for Sluderp, because he does put on that fighting pressure right now to both Pokemon. Neither Pokemon want to take a high jump kick. But high jump kick in this format is super risk, super reward. Super risk, super reward. Because, man, if they go for Protect, you go for high jump kick, you're losing 50% of your HP. Your Pheromosa is useless at that point. You're getting knocked out. Whatever Pokemon you targeted, they protected, you're done. You're done. Sandslash going to go for the Protect. Well, he's not high jump kicking the Sandslash, I'll tell you that much. We're going to see a U-turn from the Pheromosa. Just want to see what this does. All right, a little bit of damage. That's a smart play. We see the Life Orb on the Pheromosa. He wants to go ahead and get rid of this sand. I think we're going to see the Ninetales come in right now. And that's what I was saying in game 1. You got to keep your weather in the back. When you have the faster weather, you do have to keep it in the back every time. There's no questions asked because you have to be able to switch in and get rid of that Gooda. The only unfortunate thing is, oh no, we're gonna see the Marowak. I was about to say, if he switches into that Ninetales and a Flash Cannon goes into that slot, you'll be in trouble. However, we see that the Sandslash does protect itself from that Flash Cannon, and then the Rock Slide is gonna go off, connect on the Marowak, gonna be super effective and do huge damage. This is why Gigalith is great. Giggles makes me giggle. Giggles make me giggle. I love it. So not a bad turn for Matt. Unfortunately, the Marowak had to take a huge hit that turn. And Sandslash just protected, didn't want to get by a neutral Flash Cannon. I think that the Sandslash should have gotten hit by the neutral Flash Cannon. I really do. Because at this point, Gigalith can just spam Rock Slide unless the Marowak goes for Boomerang and the Sandslash goes into it. Like, you need to see some crazy stuff. You need to see a double target into that Gigalith. Otherwise, it's going to sit there and Rock Slide, stab Rock Slide for days. No access to Intimidate on Sluderp's team. So you got to see what happens. Iron Head from the Sand Slash is going to go ahead and go into the Gigalith. Super effective. We saw last time does about 50%. Got a higher roll this time. Magnezone goes for the Hidden Power. Is that what he went for turn 1? Hidden Power Fire? That is Hidden Power Fire on the Magnezone, knocking out the Sand Slash as Marowak goes to the Flare Blitz to take out the Magnezone. However, a Rock Slide is most likely going to come in here through from the Gigalith. Yo, none of that was English. Gigalith flinches, doesn't move, but the Sandstorm is going to take the Marowak out. Definitely unfortunate because you did get the flinch, but that's where sometimes the game balances out. You know, you got lucky with the flinch, but really it didn't matter because the Sandstorm was already there. Your opponent was planning from the start what to do. Could be HP Ground. Makes a lot more sense, but I don't think I'm surprised HP Ground one-shot Sand Slash. I know it has very bad special defense, but I don't know. I'm just surprised. It could be HP Fire for the Celesteelas. I'm gonna stick with my gut saying it's HP Fire. Because I think HP Fire, because it's literally the Celesteela Trapper. Why would you do that when you go Thunderbolt? That's true. All right, we're never gonna know. We're never gonna know. There's no way for us to know. I'll tell you that right now. There is no way for us to know. I could know, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what I see in the team sheet. I'm not gonna tell you one way or the other. I could be wrong, could be right. Sluderp is down to 2 Pokemon, Ninetales and the Pheromosa. The Sand is gone, but the Gigalith is most likely going to switch out here. However, the Garchomp's not in a good spot. It's going to have to take a Blizzard. Most likely a Blizzard right now. Free Blizzard is coming off. The Gigalith has to get switched out because the Weather Ward needs to be won. You cannot let this Hail stay up, especially with the Pheromosa on the field that's going to threaten that Gigalith so much. Let's see what Matt decides to do, though. A good play for Matt maybe is switching out the Gigalith and just protecting the Garchomp, if he can protect with the Garchomp. I feel like he can. I feel like we've seen that already. Feel like we've seen that, but maybe we haven't. Maybe we haven't. I don't know. Let's see what happens. We're going to see the high jump kick. It connects onto the Gigalith. That's going to knock it out. Easy mode. We're going to see a Beast Boost activate from this Pheromosa. And we know that Ninetales outspeeds Garchomp by, well, we don't know what this one does, but in general, if it's a max speed Ninetales versus a max speed Garchomp, Ninetales does outspeed. We're going to see some Aviators coming through. That wiggle! What does this mean? What is that? Can someone tell me? Acid. It's the Poisonium Z activating on a Garchomp into that Ninetales. Super effective, not stab, but still gonna pick up the knockout. Wow. And I was wrong. Well, I wasn't wrong. This isn't a max speed Ninetales. And this right here is the reason why you always want to run that max speed Ninetales, in my opinion. Always run the max speed Ninetales because Ninetales, in my mind, is the Garchomp answer. If you're going to run Ninetales, you're running it because you don't want to see Garchomp. You want to just murk it, get rid of it. And you know, if they're running Choice Scarf, they got you good. But they can't Poisonium Z you. We're going to see Statland come out in the Hail, which this game isn't over yet. Pheromosa is very, very frail. However, a high jump kick into the Statland will one-shot. And it's at +1. We're going to see high jump kick once again going into the Stoutland. That's going to one-shot easily. And now let's see. Does the Garchomp knock out the Pheromosa? It is very, very, very frail. It's a very frail Pokemon. So let's see what happens. The Life Orb's going to trigger. Outrage is going to connect, and that's going to be the game. Outrage is a 120 base power move into the Pheromosa, going to knock him out, and Nat is going to take this 2-0. 2-0 in his favor. I think the most clutch turn of that game was just the Ninetales not outspeeding. The Ninetales not outspeeding, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That is just the way the cookie crumbles, without a doubt. I don't know what to say. I feel robbed. I love Game 3s, but you know what? Matt played perfectly, and Sluderp played well as well. I think maybe he just wants to revisit his team in the future and make some adjustments, like increasing the Ninetales speed 100%. And Poisonium Z, we're going to talk about that with him. We're going to find out why. I mean, we know why, but exactly why running that Poisonium Z in just a second. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the winner interview. Please do not go anywhere. Welcome back, Pokemon fans. We're here with the winner of that last match. Matt is his name. We found out we did some debriefing during that little break, but Matt is his name. Matt, congratulations on that win.
Thank you so much.
Something everyone wants to know, Poisonium Z on your Garchomp. Talk about it. Let's hear.
Mainly that was, like, I did some research, and I know, like, Tapus are always popular, and that was the one thing that took out every
Tapu?
Pretty much. I think the only one was, like, a defensive set of Tapu Fini. It had, like, a 30-something, 40-something% chance to one-hit kill it.
Wow.
That was the only thing that could withstand it.
That's wild. Okay, so then that means, so what you guys don't understand what we're saying is that he ran damage calcs and checked out which move can actually thwart the threats that are Tapu's. Obviously, Tapu Koko outspeeds, but Tapu Koko doesn't one-shot unless it's running HP Ice, and even then it's
iffy. It has to be running a Life Orb, and even then it has a 20% chance or something like that.
So you sound like a pretty veteran player. How long have you been playing Pokemon VGC?
This is my first time.
Okay. Scratch the veteran part. He just knows that, you know what, before I go to a tournament, I want to run some damage scouts before I build this team.
It's mostly because me and my buddies, we run between ourselves a little competitive league of our own.
Okay.
And we really put some thought into it, and we try to do it. I know cause my buddy who runs it is in this as well.
Oh, okay, awesome. Now, is it a VGC league or is it?
No, we set our own little rules. We go off the basic Smogon tiers. And
gotcha.
We set tier limits and stuff so people don't get too overpowered teams.
Yeah.
No, we just do singles.
Okay, cool.
We tell people we lay out a tier list of okay, you can pick guys from here, 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 here. We kind of tried to balance it a bit.
Yeah.
But we let them have a roster of 9, so that every week when you go into your battles,
you switch it up.
Yep.
You don't just plan for the same 6. Yeah, I was in a league. I was a league similar to that, so very, very cool. After game 1, I will actually say during game 1, you led with your Gigalith, and your opponent led with a Ninetales. So you had that weather war on lock right there. Mm-hmm. And I was telling the stream before, I was like, you always when you're running weather, if you're Gigalith, you can go ahead and lead with it because the only Pokemon slower, I believe, is Torkoal, and that's if they're yes, they're slower. They're base 20 speed. I think Gigalith is 25. I'm not sure. Whatever. Either way, something like that. Either way, you know that it's Torkoal, Gigalith, and then Ninetales is way up here.
Yeah.
So as someone bringing the hail, you have to try to keep your weather in the back, essentially. But when you're Gigalith, you can comfortably lead with it. I love Gigalith. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, 100%. What's up?
That Ninetales?
Yeah.
Built for free-for-alls.
Word. Ninetales built for free-for-alls. But that the having the Gigalith out there, it's one of my favorite Pokemon. You don't have to reveal if you're running Wide Guard or not, but for my Gigalith, I love Wide Guard. Rock Slide's the best move in the game. Even though it's a slower Pokemon, so you're not going to get those flinches, really. Mm-hmm. It's still stab. It's still great. Does a lot of work. How long did it take for you to build this team?
About a week.
About a week? Okay. Yeah. Very nice. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of damage calcs you have to run and kind of check out and put some time into it. And this is your first VGC team you ever built?
This wasn't actually built for the VGC either. This was actually built for that league I was talking about.
Oh, really?
Because my friend threw this on me last minute, literally 2 days ago. He's like, hey, do you want to go to Deer Park to a tournament? I'm like, sure, why not? And then we said to them, I'm just going to use the same team that
you've been working with?
Yeah, because we're actually going to be starting up in the next month or so.
Okay.
Our first league using Sun and Moon. So
gotcha.
that team is actually going to be, the 6 I brought today, those are actually going to be part of my roster.
6 of the 9?
Mm-hmm. Actually, 5 of the 9.
5 of the 9.
I was running a Magneton in our league. But
instead of Dude, yeah. Magnezone is so good in VGC right now. Incredible Pokemon. Between its resists, having Magnet Pull for Celesteela, because Celesteela is the biggest pain.
That was one of the reasons I brought it today, because I didn't know if I was going to see a Celesteela or not.
You have to plan for it. I mean, especially because you're not running a Marowak or anything. That's that's pretty much your answer is your Magnezone for Celesteela on your team, judging from Gigalith, Garchomp. Yeah, definitely, 100%. So definitely a smart decision on your part. And I love that your entire team is Sand. Like Mandibuzz with Overcoat, having the Magnezone immunity, Stoutland's just running real fast with those paws. Absolutely love it. So you are now 2-1, I believe, right? Or are you 1-2?
I've won every single round.
Oh, you're 3-0 right now? Well, smack me in the face, man. We got a 3-0. You might be in the finals. We might be seeing him again. Thank you so much, Matt, for coming through. Best of luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Pokemon action, so don't go anywhere.